I found some new songs and they are great. One's called Big Iron by Marty Robbins. It's a great song. He's got another one called The Master's Call. They're so like old school though. Like you'd only like it if you like Western movies and stuff. Who's the I'll Be Your Huckleberry guy? That's a guy I've looked up to in the past. So, couple things that I'll say off the bat. Oh, let me monetize you bitches real quick. I'm kidding. You're not bitches. I kid. Um, YouTube Studio. Couple things that I did. Just because I liked my UWMC play. Like, I feel like that UWMC play. I got some June expirations on UWMC. Just the $8 strike, the $9 strike. I got the $8 strike. I got one contract. The $9 strike. I got two. The $10 strike. I got one. And then I'm also playing. Well, I didn't have I got no cash right now, so I'm still waiting to see if I'm gonna get my hands on some cash. But basically, I'm I had 499 contracts on the $22 strike for Tesla puts, and because Tesla's dropped like 6%, 7% today, it went up 1 penny. It went from zero. Like basically, my contracts were worthless. I couldn't close them if I tried. I had to hold on to them. Today's the first time that it's gone to where it's actually worth a penny. And so I have cashed out just 99 of those contracts for like $50 or whatever. And anyways, the QQQ mirrors and resembles the NASDAQ and is super awesome for options. How cheap they are and stuff like right now is unbelievable. So if there's anything that I'm going to play right now, it's the QQQ going up or down. I personally think it's about to have a huge bounce up, and so I already bought some QQ options at I think it was the 333 strike or 334 strike. Let me see. It was 335 strike for May 10th expiration. Not May 10th. May. Oh shit. They totally are May 10th. That makes sense. Hold on, guys. I'm a fucking retard. That's awesome. I'm so stupid. Alright, I threw that money away. That's okay. At least it was like the smallest amount. It was only like $15. I don't actually think it's going up today. But so the QQQ, I didn't know about this. I never traded the QQQ. Had I known about the QQQ 2 years ago, I probably would have traded it as much as I trade the SPY. It looks a lot like the SPY, but it resembles the NASDAQ instead. But basically, here's my train of thought, people. My train of thought's very simple right now with what's going on in the market, because I actually expected Bitcoin to have a real big rally. I expected the NASDAQ to have a real big rally. I was thinking that, like, because S&P and the Dow were just at their historic highs, that the NASDAQ was going to rally to its historic high, and then they would all crash, like, really hard in one single day, and that would be, like, the start of the event, right? Like, that's kind of how I've been seeing, like, the way that, like, the way other crashes has happened, the way this is panning out so far, I definitely think that we're going to crash like when we're at the top. But the NASDAQ was at the top, and then these guys come and hit the top, and so like if these two are at the top, NASDAQ hit the top and then start crashing first, and then the other twos are following it, and this was the crash, like, yeah, like I could see that being a thing. That's cool. I like it. And so if that's the case, then what am I getting at? If that's the case, then we might be in the crash. But Also, like, I don't feel like we're in the crash yet. I don't know why. I don't feel like we're in the crash. But I hope that we're in the crash. I really do. Like, I hope this is the mega crash. You guys know I'm just counting the days. If everything burns, I know I can rebuild faster than anyone else. GME down 10%, 9.5% on the day. Man, I think if it hits like 135, 140, it's going to have such a big bounce. It's got to be 50% bounce. Just like that one time that it hit what was it? 132 that it hit. No, that was the last time that it bounced, and it only bounced up a little bit. It bounced up 15% off 132. But I think it was like 105. Was it 105 or 112 where it bounced up 50% the next day? The NASDAQ down 2% now. Tesla down to 635. I love that. Like, if Tesla hits probably 499, I'll probably have $50,000 in my bank account. But, yeah, I don't know. I might be cashing those profits out a little bit earlier if I see another opportunity like GameStop or something that looks juicier. I may be cashing out Tesla for small profits if I see something juicier. And then if Tesla still hasn't crashed anymore, then I'll just come back to Tesla after I capitalized on the juicier play. I don't know. Let's see what happens, people. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, I forgot to monetize. Man, I finally got some fresh weed from a good source. Am I not live right now? I'm totally live right now. What the fuck? Okay, we definitely gonna monetize that motherfucker. But where is... Why is it not showing my current live stream? David D. Great. No, AMC short interest is not 56.88%. That is the borrow rate percent. The borrow rate percent has gone way higher than that, and it didn't do nothing to the stock price before. So I'm not excited about that. You guys can be excited about that. Hopefully it means something. But that's the last confirmation bias I'm looking for. We only take factual confirmation bias, and it is not the short interest that has gone up 56.88%. It is not the short interest. It is the borrow rate. Those are not the same things. And all it takes is some more dilution to kick that number down. They did it last time. Why wouldn't they do it this time? So basically, we're going to wait to see if the NASDAQ gets crushed even more today. If it gets crushed by the end of the day, and then I'm probably going to play some QQQ options for tomorrow and the rest of the week. Let's take a look at the charts and see if we're seeing a trampoline bounce. Guys, if you think it might be a bounce, just take like let's say you got $1,000. Take 200 of that dollars and bet it as if it's the bounce right now. If it's not, and tomorrow crashes even more, throw in $400. If it crashes even a little more, throw in the next $400, and then it's got to be the bounce, right? Like, just don't YOLO everything. Fucking build it in. Build it in. Make sure you get at least something if it bounces. Oh, what am I looking for right now? It's so weird. All right, people. If you were here this morning, I started to build. Yevez M says boring, fell asleep. I'm boring? Oh, calm down, man. I'm just collecting my thoughts. My internet's been down all morning. I started for 30 minutes today and then I got cut off. I literally built a whole freaking petition that was 2,500 words long, and then the internet shut down, and so I freaking been outside smoking on the bong all day. And I'm just collecting my thoughts. Calm down. I got to redo a bunch of work. I'm never excited to redo the same work twice. So that's kind of pissing me off just to think about. And it totally did not save my petition. Even though I was at the last step of save and publish, they literally cut the internet when I was about to click save and publish. If you watch my fucking video, it's sick. It's fucking gross what they just did to me. But it's okay. I should be able to rewrite it. I'm a smart kid, right? Right? Hey, somebody else signed it 4 hours ago. Gilberto Nieves. Thank you, Gilberto. You the man. Gilberto! Where's the one I was writing, people? Why you go away? Why you disappear? Oh, what a sad day. What a terrible day. Holy shit, they're making me start from the beginning. I'm watching the prices on my phone, people. I'll let you know if I see anything exciting. All I see right now, UWMC looks exciting. Rocket Mortgage looks exciting. Riot looks exciting. QQQ looks exciting. Maybe Tesla looks exciting. Yeah, I mean, if NASDAQ and QQQ go up, Tesla launches up also. So you got to compare based off all the research I've shown you, which options are the best for you and pricing and all that good stuff. The more expensive the profit, or the more expensive the options, the quicker you see your, like the more easy you see your profits. Like some of these cheap options that we're buying that cost pennies, like unless it's the QQQ and the S&P and it's like the first one that costs pennies, basically all the other ones that cost pennies, you need a lot of growth in the beginning to start seeing the growth. But then once you start seeing the growth is crazy big. So like the UWMC, just because like I got an $8 strike, if it hits $8, I'm not expecting a fortune on my $8 strikes. Like I'm going to hold my $8 strikes till it hits $10. I'm going to hold my $9 strikes till it's $10. I expect my $10 strikes to pay a shit ton when it hits $10. But like I don't expect my $8 to print at $8. I really don't. Just because the way the company is and the way that all the options are so cheap, like it doesn't work like normal options where there's like ladders of consistency that you can compare to multiple strikes and multiple expirations. These ones are so far out and they're all like the same price that it's going to take a lot to get the jump going. But once the jump gets started, it's going to make a fortune. So I don't know exactly where the jumps get started, and they're a little bit more risky. I don't know. UWMC, look at the fucking chart. Look at the last 52-week low. Like, it's either a total bust or a total fucking win right now. I don't know. Or maybe because the GodPill invested in it, they're watching with the 10 things that GodPill threw $100 at, and they're just like, or not $100 at, but the 10 things that GodPill threw $10 at, and they're like, nope, we can't let the GodPill win $1,000. Not today. GodPill is too dangerous. If he wins $1,000 with $50, everyone's gonna freak out, and they might start to follow him again. We can't let him win $1. So nope. Let's find those companies and make sure they trade sideways. That'd make me happy, honestly. I'm down for that. I'm just gonna start betting on Tesla. Holy shit, that's funny to think about. That's actually not a bad idea for me to consider right now. Betting long on weeklies on Tesla, because if it goes any lower, my puts start to make a little bit of money. And so if I take just a little bit of my Tesla profits that I'm making on the way down and I start betting that it's going to go up, then every time that it has a bounce back up, I'd make some profits. I think I'm actually going to, let's see how cheap I can get in for Tesla. The problem is I don't think I can right now afford Tesla calls. But as long as my calls make, like, invest, as long as the profits in my puts is less than what I'm investing in the calls of my Tesla, then I'm still not bullish Tesla. Does that make sense, people? Like, so I'm not going to put a lot of money into Tesla calls. Don't get shit twisted. And if I do, it's at a very short to expire and very small number. Let's see how cheap they get. They're so expensive. Tesla's way too expensive. I can't play Tesla. Nope. Like, in order to get into Tesla, I'd have to start at the strike. That's so sick. That's so sick. For me to buy one contract in Tesla, I'd have to start at the $750 strike. Which is exactly the strike that fucking Warden Elite recommended. But the sick part is he recommended it for July expiration, and I'd have to buy it for this Friday expiration. So like basically I'd have to bet Tesla's about to have a trampoline bounce of 20% or some shit. And the sick part is that we've seen it happen twice in the last 3 months. Tesla's had a 20% day. So, like, I probably should do it. I think I'm going to do it. And then I can thank Warden for the advice of the $750 strike. I think I'm going to do it. That's so sick. Fuck, that's sick. I think I'm going to do it. Alright, I'm going to wait till the end of the day, though. I'm going to think about this one. Alright, guys. I am doing a petition. Like, is there anything that says save the world? Can I just say save the world? Oh shit, it's still here. Alright, that's the title. So I said World Peace, Relentless Action, AMC, the publicly traded stock, world record filibuster. And then just a little shout out for DFV. Because I still like DFV. He's the last man that's on my good list. Basically everyone's off my good list except for DFV. Like, there's a couple people that are struggling more than I am that, like, look up to me and, like, doing, like, trying as hard as I am, probably, or whatever. But, like, I don't know anyone that's doing better than I am that is working as hard as I am. That's for sure. But DFV, like, I still feel like I couldn't be here without him. He started the movement that inspired me, so we're going to keep him on the good list until I find out that he was sent in to destroy us. I don't think so, but it's kind of the vibe I'm getting from Ryan Cohen and other CEOs, such as AMC, AA Ron. AA Ron. Alrighty, I'm going to read this out loud, and then we'll see if we publish it, or if you guys want me to change anything. Let me know what you guys think real quick before I launch this petition. You are signing this petition because you believe the overall focus of my goals, and you are prepared to financially back my moves by purchasing AMC stock and voting in favor of me and this petition when I get the vote on the agenda of the next year's AMC stockholder meeting. And then, oops, what? Okay, we're going to say 2022, just to set expectations realistically. If I can somehow find out to get in the next 30 days, like, you know I will, but, or 60 days, but, like, that's asking a lot, but, like, you know, God might throw us a bone. We'll see. All right. The vote will be simple and clear. all executive leadership will be forfeited to Marcus Ray effective immediately. Ones that wish to earn a severance helping Marcus transition will be considered for a temporary position. Ultimately, Marcus will run and manage the AMC brand with the top priority of opening the max AMC theaters to the standards of old, increase customer service and pay for employees and for and of this I will take no pay. So all executive salaries bonus slashed off books day one. Additionally, the voted amendment will state clearly that every quarter a new vote will happen between all shareholders to affirm 51% favor Marcus's last quarter actions. At any time 51% threshold is broken, a new election for CEO will be held the following quarter. And then we will have, like, if this gets some serious traction, then we will obviously like go create a real company that like supports bylaws and all my interests and all this other shit, and I'll create like a trust that like guarantees this and all that other good stuff. But this says after opening the theaters, AMC will then focus its sights on finance and banking industry, where we add an extension under the AMC umbrella that is not unlike Etrade and Quant Insti and a touch of my magic. And so what I mean by that is all the bells and whistles of Etrade, plus all the bells and whistles of like the analytics and shit I wish they had, plus all the bells and whistles of Quant Insti, where you can build your own algos, simplified with like all my coding experience mixed in by the end of the next 6 months or 12 months or 2 years or however long this takes. And it basically will be the ultimate trading platform that will crush all trading platforms eventually. Not because I buy them out or do anything aggressive, but simply because people will make more money trading on my market, because my market will be the most free market, and I will create my own exchange, I will have my own order books, I will have everything, and I will make sure that it is never tampered with again. I will make sure at least that if it is tampered with, it will actually be an accident. Then it says, why should you consider supporting this cause? Who am I to ask this of you? Well, I am glad you asked. My name is Marcus Ray. I come to the world stage to announce several things. First, I think religion has perverted the intentions of the Bible, and that the glories of God in heaven are meant to be achieved in this lifetime and not the next. I believe that no man that has walked with a godlike energy has claimed to know what the afterlife looks like, and instead are preaching about what life could be today if you would only focus with faith and courage. Holy shit, that's a run-on sentence, but I liked it. I have accomplished many great feats. I have been injured and hospitalized many times. I have helped the weakest I can find when I was weak myself, given away my last $20 more times than I can count. And the more I have, the more I give. But I have also felt defeated and sick of this world, which has led me to do horrible things like steal, lie, and cheat. I would argue since 2015, when I learned how to replace entire roofs with my own 2 hands and tools, life has never really beat me down since. At least not enough for me to make it other people's problems. Jesus was a carpenter because everyone is desperate for consistent, reliable, and knowledgeable work without the issues. Prove you are not a crazy with rational professional knowledge, and then hit them with all your crazy dreams. And then hit them with the price and they love to pay when the work is done. Tell them that you're going to charge them $10,000, but when you make all this money, you're going to take over the world and they'll give you $12,000. Maybe not, but they might take you to dinner. I've been taken to dinner many a times because they like to hear the story even more. I would compare my greatest accomplishments to anyone that walks the earth, and I would argue mine are greater. I have mastered the entire life insurance industry to the point I could run, manage, and produce the most successful product, percent ROI, and sales volume. My one company would be greater than all other companies in all areas just mentioned. Would be greater than all others combined in all areas just mentioned. Basically meaning, if you take all the whole life, all the fixed universal life, all the universal life, all the variable universal life, all the index universal life, if you took all those things, and I had a life insurance company right now, and you took all the companies in the market right now, and you add up all their revenue right now and all their profits right now, and you assume that they stayed the same for the next 10 years, within 10 years, my company would have larger, what did I say? It would have larger, so I said most successful products, so it's like, that's an opinion, right? How do you define success? Well, I would say by annual basis, my money would have a larger percent growth. Well, it'd actually be dollar value. So percent ROI net dollar. So we would have a larger percent ROI net, but then also net dollar. So meaning, if anyone's doing 20% in the market, we're doing 21% in the market. That's what that means. But then the dollar means if everyone combined is doing $1 billion in profit that year, based off every million, or let's say every $1 billion is making $100 million in profit, and they have a total of $100 million between all the companies combined, I will have more all combined, and I will profit more than all of them combined for my peoples. That's exactly how it would be with my... And then the people that I like empower to be able to push this and change people's lives and help them truly understand it would make a fortune just by taking a small percent of all the wonderful, wonderful gains. Then I said, my brother and I over 4 years turned ourselves... Okay, my brother and I over 4 years turned ourselves and $10,000 credit card into $20 million in revenue, 3 states, Arizona, Nevada, and Idaho, building an adjusting and roofing business that made much older and wealthier competitors to sue us that led much older and wealthier competitors to sue us and lose in the name of jealousy. Research select adjusters for details. Basically, select adjusters versus aware owners. These people thought that our success came because we stole their business, and then after the whole lawsuit of the jury, it was clear and obvious that our business was successful because numero uno. Then you can look up Paseo Ranch versus Hartford, and you will find a story where a 26-year-old kid spent 3 years, $300,000 to build a commercial roof out of my own pocket for the rights of a Paseo's Ranch's lawsuit and when to settle. At first mediation, we had already collected $200,000 previously. We went from an offer of $50,000 to $150,000 after haggling. I said, let's go to court. They asked me for a range to settle, then offered $680,000, and we settled for $730,000 more. Check written not more than 2 weeks later. Point of the story is that I don't pick fights I don't think I can win, and when I pick a fight, I bet the fucking farm! Lubba-dubba-dub-dub! As the operator of a publicly traded company, I would mount and lead a lawsuit against the Federal Reserve, the DTC, the DTCC subs. So subsidiaries, I should spell that out, subsidiaries. I can't spell people. I'm a dumb ape, I promise. Clearinghouses, brokers, and any other parties involved in this illegal shorting conspiracy, which has been going on for decades and spoken of often by many highly educated, credentialed, and professional experienced individuals. To prove I am the man for the job, I will be breaking the world record for the longest live stream without leaving the camera frame. I don't think there is a world record set right now, but I'll be basically setting the world record, and it will be... The goal will be similar to the strictness of a filibuster, but likely will be much more coherent, engaging, and unique. I will be going over all things from things above in great detail, as well as some life stories, as well as answering questions, taking phone calls, and who knows what else. My only rules I am setting for the stream is that I will get a local public drug test record before and after. So like the day before, the day after. And I'm setting the standard for this event as a water and weed fasting filibuster only, I should say. I will do this more than once until I hit 30 hours minimum, basically saying I will try. But if somehow I feel the energy, I will be interested in shooting as high as 72 hours. I really do not know what to expect, as I have never done this before for this much time. Thank you for signing. Thank you for buying AMC stock and signing. All right, people. What do you think? Blank blank. I'm starting a petition to become the CEO of AMC. The sole executive of AMC. Blank blank, I wanted to talk to you though. Me and this other guy in my coding class, he's like new to coding, but he's taking it super serious. And like, he's already learning a lot. And I've learned a little bit, but he's learned a lot. And like, he keeps teaching people everything like over and over again. Like everyone that needs help with homework, he just starts from beginning to end, and just keeps helping them. I showed him a couple of my like algo strategies I had that are like non-biased and stuff that kind of dominate, I would think, and so does he. And basically on Thursday, him and I are going to do like a private Zoom meeting, and for one of our projects, we're going to build one of our algos. And so I know you got a portfolio margin account, but I wasn't sure if you were also telling me that you were like a coder. And so if you like coding and stuff and you want to help us and see what we're working on and stuff, well, I'll probably go over what we're working on. I got no problem. Like, I'm not trying to hide nothing. If anyone else can offer help, like, I'm going to throw it on Quant Insti where other people can invest and they can, like, see the results, but we can, like, hide the code. But, like, they can see the results and of the code as, like, the paper trading account. But then also, like, we could obviously invest our own money if it's making money, right? So, if you are into coding and shit and you want to join us in that, let me know. Oh, okay. Well, you have a portfolio margin account, so if you want to see the strategy of the code that we're going to build, I'll show you the code if you're interested in potentially linking it up to your account. All you need is a portfolio margin account to link it up. Like, you should have access to the API of whatever broker you use. You should totally, like, we could just apply the API to your system or whatever. I don't know. Like, you could set the limits. Like, we could make it to where you have a password and only you have the password, and you could set the limits of the amount of you want to risk in it and stuff. But then, like, well, or maybe we'll just have you do it through the Quant Insti. You could also just link your account to Quant Insti, and you can just invest through there, and we just split the profits however Quant Insti. I think I get like 10% of whatever you make. Damn, you got Wells Fargo fucking... That's weird. I didn't know Wells Fargo does stocks and everything. You got a portfolio margin account with Wells Fargo. Is interesting. I wouldn't have thought they had one, honestly. Everybody in the game. I didn't realize everybody in the game, fools. Did everyone think that sounded pretty good, though? Any recommendations? No edits? Everyone liked it? Alright, well, I'm done. Wow, 4,293 characters long. Upload a photo. It was Marcus something. Marcus Joker. There it is. Save and preview. Log in with Google. Here we go. Winner chicken dinner. Hell yeah. All right, me peoples. The ability to sign is going to be in the description of the link. You are welcome. All right, people. You got the link. Go to the description of the video to sign the petition. Free hat. I don't know anything about borrow rates. I just know that the borrow rate spiked up multiple times and the price did nothing. So I'm not really interested in no borrow rates. Anyone sign it yet? All right. Alrighty, my people. So here's the strategy. I'm going to go over a strategy that I'm going to be coding with my buddy on Thursday. I'm going to see if he's comfortable live streaming it with you guys. Like, he's an older dude. Seems like he's got a little money saved up. He's taking a $10,000 class with me because he wants to test out some of his own trading ideas. And I've just shot him a couple of mine, and he's already blown away, and he says he wants to get started right away. So we are starting on Thursday. So that's pretty exciting. And I showed him some things, and he was like, damn, that all makes sense. That sounds really, really good. So basically, the first thing I want to talk about, which you just got to think about, and it shouldn't be that complex. You should be able to figure this out in your own head if you just kind of rewind and listen to it over and over again. But basically, think about this. So I want a scanner, right, that goes and scans the entire market. Every single stock that has an option chain, I want to scan every single one. And there's like probably 5,000 at least, okay? So we're talking about a lot of stocks that we're scanning. And what I'm looking for is the top 1, 5, 10, 100, or 1,000. We can run all the numbers, paper trading, and see which one does the best in how long of time. And then we can determine what percent of our account we want invested in each portion of the process, right? Like, that's all ways of managing risk. But basically, when I'm scanning all these stocks that we've identified have an option chain, what we're going to do is we're going to see which stocks are moving a lot up and a lot down overall for the day. And that's how we're going to determine which stocks to invest in for the next day. We always invest in like 15 minutes right before the market close is when we start making our bets. And we like if we're investing in 20 companies, like so at 3-4, let's just say 3:40 p.m. Eastern time, we start making all of our bets, and we should be invested by 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. We should have everything that we want invested in the 20 or different companies that we want to invest in. But basically, we know that there's two types of movement, people. There's overall net movement on the day, and then there is the sum of all positive and negative price action. Now, because you don't want to look at dollar amounts, because dollars are only relative. The amount of dollars a stock moves is only relative to the size of the current stock price. And so everything that you research should be calculated in change in percent. And basically what you're trying to do is you are trying to calculate, first off, which stock has the overall net change in percent up or down by the end of the day. But then which stock had the most overall change in percent of sum of up and down. And so what that means is, if it goes up 1%, down to 0%, up 1%, down to 0%, up 1%, down to 0%, versus just going up 1%, the other one would have 6 times as much movement as the one that just went up to 1% and held all day long. And so the one that has 6 times as much movement, like, we're basically going to analyze all these stocks, and every day we're going to buy 15 minutes before market close, and then we're going to close the position within 1 hour of market open the next day. And basically we're betting on the shortest to expire option, so there's a lot of volatility, and if any of them move 5% or 2%, like basically at 2% we make 3x on our money. At 5% we make 50x on our money on a lot of these stocks. And so if you're betting on 20 different stocks, you hit 5 of them. Like, I've literally done this 2 years ago, and I was making money, but the problem is I could only look at 20 stocks at a time. I didn't know how to look at 5,000 stocks at a time. And so I played the same 5 stocks at a time, but I was only doing a couple $1,000s in each of them. Like, it just wasn't going fast enough for me. It was like I started day trading more, and it just got crazy, you know? I got crazy. I get crazy. It's okay. But that doesn't mean my ideas are bad. And so basically we use this little how much is the stock moving up and down net and then overall, and we quantify which stocks are the best stocks to trade in as far as which ones we expect the most volatility on the next day, because we're assuming if the last day moved a lot, then the next day will move a lot. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a pattern or a like almost like a machine learning thing where it goes through and it fills in the blanks, and it says if this day has this much overall movement and this much net movement, what was the next day price action? And we're going to use like overall averages on that to determine what strikes we want to bet on for the open, based off what the first hour of open was on these days or whatever, after having days like the past days. And basically we're going to be trying to sell out in the first hour for massive profits in anything that hits, and cash out anything that like at least breaks even on anything else. And if the paper trading in the first 3 weeks says that we just make millions of dollars, like, oh man, life is going to be a beautiful life very, very quickly. Like, I don't know how I end this, guys, but I'm going to fire 5 different ways to fucking finish this shit. I'm going to spend 5 different ways to fucking finish this shit, and one of these things are going to finally work. One of these things are going to pay off fucking huge. Fucking huge. Oh, so let me show you. So, like, if I just went to Apple, right? Let's say Apple, I expected it to go up 5% tomorrow. If Apple went up 5% tomorrow, or, yeah, tomorrow. Let's just say tomorrow. So, we're on May 14th expiration. What's 5% of 127? We'll say $7. So, we'll say $1.35, right? So, if I'm at this 06 right here, tomorrow morning, if in the first hour it goes to 135 after I buy this right now, this is going to be worth, what, 6 cents into 120. So that's 20x on your money, right? But that doesn't count the volatility factor. So you're going to get another at least 2x. So you're going to get 40x on your money if Apple moves 5% tomorrow. Granted, Apple's only done 5% in a day, maybe. I mean, in COVID 2020 year, it's probably been 12, 15 times. If you go before that, it's probably once or twice a year. But there's only how many trading days? 250 trading days in a year. And so if you hit it twice and you doubled up a little bit, like you did twice as much on the second one, then that would be overall. Like, you should be able to find a way to profit in stuff like this, especially if you're betting on multiple stocks with small amounts of money and you're hitting multiple at the same time, because every day that they hit 5%, different stocks are hitting them in different days, and some hit more often. Like, some have hit 5 times in a normal year, some hit 2 times in a normal year, some hit 10 times in a normal. Like, Tesla for fucking 2 years has been hitting every other day. Fuck. Like, I'm telling you, people, there is real money to be made right now if the market's not going to collapse. I just was so sure inflation was coming and everything was going to the crapper, and so I didn't need to bet on nothing else. Well, I didn't realize they can drag it out for forever, and so as long as they're going to drag it out, I'm going to find new ways to make money, and I'm also going to still play the squeeze, but until... Like, still play the squeeze, but until then, like, I want to be making money every single day now. I'm done not making money. No longer will the hedge funds be able to steal my money. Damn, blank blank. I just literally told you exactly how it was going to be set up. I literally told you exactly when I was going to buy, exactly when I was going to close, exactly which stocks I would pick, exactly which stocks I was scanning. How are you going to come in with that question? I literally just, like, did you ask that question earlier? Do you understand what I was saying or not? Oh, go rewind it, bro. Rewind it. I just explained the whole thing. You don't gotta go back more than 5 minutes. Not more than 5 minutes. Maybe 10 at the most. GME down a full 10.5%. That is wild. Riot down to $30. Holy shit. What is the... I think the QQQ play is probably going to be the best play, people. Let me see which one. Let's go check out the QQQ plays. If you guys are betting that Bitcoin's going to go up, if you guys are betting the NASDAQ is going to go up, I'm going to show you how to make a shit ton of money on that play, if it happens. You got to choose your own expiration date, obviously. You got to choose your own strikes, obviously. But let me show you how much money you can make. All right. So I'm thinking NASDAQ has just been getting crushed right now. Like, if we compare... So you guys got to, like, think how my brain thinks. I'm comparing everything to everything else right now. That's how my brain's operating right now. So when I look at S&P 500, I see that it's at 4204. The highest that the S&P 500 has ever been is 4238. So that's $34 off its highest it's ever been, right? Well, what's 1% of $4,200? 1% of $4,200 is $42. So that means it's less than 1% off its all-time high. Right? Less than 1% off its all-time high, right? Okay. What's the Dow Jones? The Dow Jones is at all-time high 35,091. Right now it's at 34,880. So it's 120, that's 210. Less than 0.5% from its all-time high. The NASDAQ... 14.2 is the all-time high. Currently at 13.4. So it is $800, $750 off its all-time high. 1% is 130. So it's 130 times 5 would be 5.1. So it's basically 5% off its all-time high. So if we were being conservative and don't use the Dow but use the S&P as an indicator where it's 1% off its all-time high, and we assume that they're going to come back and find each other and that the S&P and the NASDAQ will at least meet in the middle because the NASDAQ was the one leading the way, and like in the near future they're going to at least meet in the middle. So that would be like basically there's 4% difference between their all-time highs when they both reach their all-time highs. So we're going to bet that NASDAQ is going to go up. I'm going to bet that the NASDAQ or QQQ is going to go up 2% very, very quickly. Because I feel like it's going to happen very, very quickly. If I think that instead the NASDAQ is going to reach its all-time high, but not as quick, then I'm looking at 5% and I'm looking more theta. I want more theta if I'm doing 5%. But if I'm doing very, very short theta, I'm thinking 2% on the QQQ. So let's see what kind of profits we can expect from a 2% QQQ or a 5% high theta. Let's check both of them. Basically, all right, if we're at 5, let's check this one. So this is expiring on Wednesday, people. This is if you think 2% is going to happen in the next 2 days. What is 2% of, so 1% of 325 would be 325. So 2% would be 650. 650 plus, oh no, it's 327, sorry. So we'll say 670 plus 327. That'd be 334, 335-ish. So we're looking like right here, 335-ish, right? So it's 335-ish at the 26 cents. Basically, when this guy hits, if this guy hits the if the Nasdaq goes up 2% to the 335, this guy's going to be worth probably $3-4 a contract. So you're getting, what is that? Man. Hold on, let me figure this out. It's just another $5. But it's only 2 days to theta. So let's do 2%. Let's focus on this. Okay. So at 2%, we're at $26. If it goes to $4, then that's 4, then 4. So 16x on your money. But then you get the multiplier on top of that. The multiplier will probably be another 2x. So you're looking at probably 32x on your money, at least. If QQQ goes up 2%, you'll probably get about 30x on your money. Low side, if I'm wrong, probably 20x on your money. And that's by Wednesday. So it's got to do 2% by Wednesday open. So the first hour of open on Wednesday, if it does it by the very end of the day, you'll make a little bit of money. But like you'll have to get intrinsic value at that point. But if you hit at the money, so if it hits 335, every dollar you make after that, you get 4x your money. So if it hits 336, you're at now 4x your money at expiration. I'm talking about at expiration. So worst case scenario, if it hits 3340, that's $5 intrinsic. You'd make 20x on your money at 340 by the end of day Wednesday. So that's about 3.5% growth by the end of Wednesday. So you got a 2% factor to make money tomorrow or Wednesday open, and then you got a 3.5% factor to make 20x even if it expires and you don't get the growth till expiration. So I'm not going to look at anything higher than 2% on this. If you guys do a Wednesday expiration, I would recommend 2% or less. Let's look at this Friday, though. So first we're going to start with 2% on this as well. So we'll be right around the 334, 335 mark. So with this one, I'm going to make about 5x of my money, and then so about 10x of my money if I did the 2% on this one. I'll make 10x on my money, maybe up to 20x on my money. And that's up till basically probably Wednesday, Thursday open. And then if I hold it till expiration and it goes up another $5, I would make about you'd make about 5x on your money if it goes up total about 5% by the end of the week. So if it gets to its all-time high by the end of the week, you'd make 5x on your money doing the 2%. But again, I'm trying to cash out the 2% goals. So this Wednesday or the Friday one, I'm trying to cash those ones out much earlier than expiration day. Now I'm going to go to basically let's go to the end of May. And let's say by the end of May, it's going to reach its all-time record high. And so the all-time record high is going to be, let's see what it is for the QQQ. The QQQ all-time record high is 342. 32480. So 32, we're going to say this one right here. So if I do the end of May at 93 right here, man, that's a good bet right there. I like that bet. I don't got enough money for it. But this is basically saying, you're saying by the end of May, it's going to reach its all-time high again. And if this hits early, if this hits in the next week, you're going to make a lot of money. And then if it goes to a new record high and it comes down to, let's just say, 350 in the next couple weeks, you're going to make a lot of money. And in order for this to hit 350, the NASDAQ would have to hit probably close to 15,000. If NASDAQ hits 15,000, this will hit between 350 and 360. And so, honestly, if you're feeling that bullish, you would want to be betting on the 350 or the 360 strike to make the maximum money. Damn. Hold on. Let's check that out, actually. Let's check out what some deep theta option looks like of the 360s. Yeah, so I don't like that much. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, don't like that much. Let's see how much theta. This is 360. 271's not bad. But I couldn't afford that. Let's see what the June looks like. Ooh, this is looking interesting right here. The June expiration, 360. Maybe even the 370s. But let's see, how much is June expiration? That's about 1 month of expiration. 30 more days. I think I could get behind a little bit of money in the 360 option. I'm not going to throw all the money in here. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of 360 right here. One contract on the 360 over here for like 1 month to expire. Maybe the June 9th. I'll probably do June 1st, actually. June 4th, we'll say. June 4th. Let's see here. What's the 360 at? 23 cents. I like that. That's a perfect number for me. That's my favorite number. So June 4th, I'm going to do one contract for $23. Okay, people? QQQ. And I'm not going to do this till the end of the day today. Then I'm going to do another one. Because I already got Tesla puts. So if everything's crashing right now, my Tesla and my SPY puts are going to print big. So I'm not buying any more puts. I got enough puts. If everything's crashing, my things are definitely crashing and I'll get paid big. So I'm not worried about crashes. I'm only trying to get paid on this bullshit inflation, fucking Fed printing shit. Fed pumping the stock shit. So I'm going to do one contract there. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to do probably one on Friday. And I'm probably going to do the Friday one at the 2%, which was $335-ish, I think. And so, yeah, we'll do a $60 contract. And then I'll probably do one on Wednesday. And I'll do the Wednesday one at probably the $8 contract at $340. Just a huge gamble. That $8 contract will turn into $1,000 if it fucking hits. But obviously it's not going to hit $340 by Wednesday. I'm just a fucking erratic gambler, right? Right? Gambler. And then, if it crashes more tomorrow, my Tesla's going to make a little bit more money, so I'll cash a couple more puts out, and then I'm going to, like, buy at the new prices. And I'm going to keep the process going. You guys will see. Look, I want to, like, either my SPYs and everything's going to print a lot, and my Teslas are going to print a lot. Otherwise, I'll take a little bit of profits, and I'm going to try and turn them into thousands of dollars of profits every time they push this shit back up. I see what they're doing. I'm going to play them against their own game. So that's my game plan, people. That is my game plan. David D. Gray says your code should be programmable via MetaTrader 5. Still learning. And MetaTrader 5. But I have no idea what it is. $45 minutes till market close, people. Derek Martinez, that's awesome. You just started a YouTube, brother. That's awesome stuff. What's it called? I'll go subscribe. David D. Great, you don't gotta tell me to be careful, bro. I ain't fucking with nobody. I ain't giving nobody no money. I ain't fucking asking nobody for no help. You either doing this shit with me for free or you ain't involved. Charlie Hayes, let's do this, brother. Let's get some money. Like, I know that we don't got a lot, but if we could just make a couple thousand and then maybe capitalize on that couple thousand one more time, we could be back in business quicker than you think, man. It's possible. But don't take that as fucking bet the farm again. I'm playing with pennies right now, so I'm not really worried about it no more. But man, it's possible. Come on, let's make some monies, people. The Cad Monkey says, yip, yip. Fucking, we need the last avatar to come save us. It's got to be time for the last avatar. It feels like the Great Awakening. It feels like the 1,000 years of peace is right around the corner. Judge Judy Gavel trying to buy some clit. I don't know nothing about that. Maybe once when I was 22 in Vegas, but I'd just say ask a taxi driver. But I don't fucking do shit like that no more. I was desperate. It's true. We all been desperate for something. It's okay. The Cad Monkey says it's Derek.
How's it going? This is the Cad Monkey and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to look at some basics of MicroStation. I think we're going to keep it really simple today. I'm just going to cover some...
No, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want to see... Oh, what just happened?
You know, very basic, and then get more comfortable with the program, you can start using these shortcuts. So right here, enclose that item in your window. The pictures kind of explain a little bit.
So is this for like how people
you
create
can see
thumbnails and shit? Like
moved
you had a picture on top of this and then you draw symbols and add images and whatnot?
copy the original behind once you do the scale. And you choose it. You just click rectangle.
This was his first video 22 hours ago, people. Come like and subscribe. That's super cool, man. Keep it going. Keep it going. Like, my biggest problem with learning stuff is I hate how slow it starts and how you gotta learn all this basic stuff. I just want to be like magician in the beginning. And so the beginning, like, for me to, it hurts my brain so much when I first start learning something, and it makes me so tired, and I get all sleepy weepy, and like I just always just But every time I do it, and like it's something I care about, obviously, and like I finally have like a breakthrough where like it starts becoming fun, it starts becoming easy, everything it starts becoming answers rather than problems, and yeah, so definitely keep going, man. If you keep going, you'll get, like, everyone gets rewarded for the work they put in. It just takes time to see it. Just takes time to see it. Foot around says AMC at 80% fee. You don't think it's about to squeeze? Man, I hope so, but like I hope it squeezes. I hope like GME's at 144, right? It should bounce 50% tomorrow. But maybe it can go to 135. Like, fuck, man. Do you not remember what happened to me when I said it was going to squeeze and I bet $80,000 it was going to squeeze? Like, what do you want me to say? Get out of here with that. Like, the borrow rate has gone up to, hasn't gone up to 100%. Like, I know it's gone way fucking up and nothing happened to the stock price when it did. Like, we just got fucked with. We all thought it was a sign, and it was not a sign. And they still got more shares to fucking dilute us with, and I expect them. If they got the shares to dilute us and it can hurt us, I suspect that they will. I suspect that they got enough shares to hurt us for probably another 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, honestly. If we're being honest. They're trying to bleed us dry. They're trying to bleed all the option buyers dry, 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 dry. Oh, so dry. Guys, they wouldn't have rescheduled the shareholder meeting all the way to July if they didn't think the squeeze was going to happen sometime after July. I totally think this is going to, like, it's got to happen after July unless inflation just kicks them in the gut. If inflation, they can't hold it back and he just comes and eats everything, like, then we win. It's game over. But I've seen no signs of inflation. And I don't know how long something like that can take. What we wanted to see was wanted to see was... Alright, people, that does not look like a trampoline bounce. Let me tell you right now, that does not look like a trampoline bounce off the bat. That is not what we saw before. What we saw before was a straight down line. Straight down line. Like, what is this? How is it down 10% and it does, like, what the flack? GME has been getting crushed. Holy moly. That chart looks crazy. From 168 to 143 looks crazy. We traded sideways for so long and then they fucking crushed. Okay, so we took one step down, then we took another step down. And then today... almost at the end of the day. This does not look like a trampoline bounce, people. It looks like we got one more day of red at least. One more day of red at least. I'm sorry, people. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. It could be tomorrow. I hope it's tomorrow, but I'm just telling you what I see. What a wild game we're playing, people. What a wild game we're playing. I feel you, Charlie. I feel you. Oh, I do have some good news that I know some people would like to hear. Who's excited for some good news I haven't announced yet? I got fantastic news, people. Fantastic news. Alright, fuck you guys then if you don't want no good news. Alright, here's the good news, people. The good news is, I've been talking to my girl, and what we decided was to upgrade our lives a little bit and become a little bit more of adults. And I'm going to show her how to start an LLC in her name. She's going to go open up a bank account, all these good things. And then, no, she's not preggo. We're not doing that until after marriage. And that's April 23rd, 2022. But we're going to start a bank account with a business name. And then she's going to start making some shirts for the YouTube channel and whatnot. And basically, as we make money from YouTube and different things, she's going to start using that money. And when we use that money, and like, she's going to basically pay herself with the monies and like, so profits, other things. And I'm going to teach her how to become a little like part-time business. And so basically, a lot of people should be doing this. Everybody should be doing this. Like, this is, if you guys want to build credit on a business and in the next 2 years of just building shirts for $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, this is how you get 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, $1 million credit card limits. You start a simple LLC, you start making little side money, and every time you make side money, you pay it through your business, and then you pay yourself as a 1099 or employee or whatever it is you want to pay yourself as, depending on how much money you have in your account. And basically, what it does is it increases your income that you can claim for whether it's credit cards, whether it's loans, whether it's houses, whether it's anything really. Like this is how real people get ahead in life. This is what my little brother started doing at a very young age, and that's why he's got millions of dollars of access to capital. He's 25 years old, and he's literally got $2 million in lines of credit right now that he doesn't touch. And he just keeps building his credit like he just does what he does, you know? And so we're going to start her down that path. Additionally, even better, arguably, my girl is starting her own, whether it's Etrade or Vanguard, I don't know which one yet, but she's going to start her own brokerage account, and she's going to put $1,000 into it, and she's going to, with that $1,000, I'm going to teach her how to set up that AMC GME trade. Well, she could probably only do AMC because she only going to do $1,000. But basically, she's going to do that AMC trade with her own $1,000, and like she's not going to log in more than twice a day. And I'm going to teach her what to look for, and she's going to turn that $1,000 into her own $10,000 in the next 3 months, trading the AMC thing. So, yeah, that was good news. I'm excited about that. Like, she's finally, like, she's been saying she wants to learn, but she finally says she's down to learn. So, I'm going to push her into it, make sure she does it. All good news, people. I'm telling you, all good news. It is looking like I should be able to try to confirm today, but it is looking like I start my filibuster this weekend. So potentially Friday morning, maybe Saturday morning, but probably Friday morning if it's this weekend. And then that way I can try to go to Sunday, but maybe I only last till Saturday. I don't know. I don't know, people. We'll find out. Everyone always says there's only two things that are guaranteed, death and taxes. I disagree with both. You can never die if you become a god. I don't know if that means my name will live forever, or if God will finally reveal himself one day. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, nice. The CAD monkey is for making engineering blueprints. That's super important. That pays big money. I know people get paid big money to do blueprints. Around 2 million in credits, damn right. He owns a building that he owns in his name, his personal like holding company. He owns a $900,000 building that we paid like $950,000 for the building, and he probably owes $600,000 on it right now. It's 4,200 square feet commercial building, just super nice, open complex, like very nice. What else? What else does this guy got? He got a Mercedes. They just gave away a Tesla, so he like expanded after I left. They expanded the roofing company into a solar company also. And basically anyone that buys solar from them or bought tickets got into a raffle for a Tesla, and they just gave away a $60,000 Tesla to some random fool. That's pretty cool. He owns 2 Corvettes, or the company owns 2 Corvettes. One's 40,000, one's 80,000. And one of them, probably the Mercedes. I would assume the Mercedes and the Corvette, when the cheap Corvette's paid off, I would assume the 80,000 one's not paid off. He does probably $10 million in revenue a year, and he owns 51% of his company. And then the other rest of the company I sold out for money long ago to two other people and their dad that run the business with my little brother. T. Johnson. I would crush Kid Rock. I would crush everybody. Like, Conor McGregor's on my radar right now. In the next 12 months, I want Conor McGregor. I want Floyd Mayweather. I want fucking... who's the... Kaneshik guy or whatever. The boxing guy that everyone thinks is the GOAT. I want them all. Anyone, whoever thinks they're the baddest man on the planet. And then I want to go to heavyweight. I want John Jones on the fucking table. After I fucking take Conor McGregor's head, I want John Jones next. I think they're all soft-ass, bitch-ass pussies. Canelo. I'll take him too. Canelo Alvarez. He on my list. I want them all. I want the fucking Paul brothers at the same fucking time. Not true, but... like, two people at one time is fucking hard. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you is. Unless one of them's a bitch, it's fucking hard. Alright, guys. Have you guys signed my petition yet? If you guys not signed the petition, please go to the description in the video and sign the petition. I got only one supporter for me to be the AMC CEO. Really? Only one? Oh, it's myself? Really? I got 0 supporters for me to be the... Holy moly, that's unfair. You guys need to be better than that. Sign this for Marcus Ray to be CEO and sole executive. There we go. Alrighty. I'm curious to know how Meet Kevin's portfolio is doing right now. That dude gets wild with Tesla. That dude gets nuts with Tesla. Alrighty. Tesla just dropped below 630. Charlie Hayes, I can't remember the QQ plays. Just go back and watch the video, man. I don't remember. Watch the video, guys. I already went over everything. I'm about to log off here in 15 minutes. So, I think GME is about to we could potentially drop another $8 or so, but other than that, I think it's gonna bounce off a trampoline sometime, probably this week. But I don't expect it to go over $200 when it bounces. I do not expect it to go over $200 when it bounces. Probably not over 175 on this bounce. It'll probably go to 175, trade sideways, hit 200, 220, and then come back down to 150. I think there's too many dilution shares on the table for AMC to pop right now. I think it's another week or so for AMC as well. I think until we hear that the shares are all diluted and that they're not going to do it whenever they fucking want anymore, I think that's when AMC will pay. There we go. I just did my Tesla 750 for this Friday. If it bounces up to 700 tomorrow, I'll probably cash it out. I only did that one because I didn't want to, I would do 700, but I can't afford it. Tesla's too expensive, so I did the 750. I'll probably cash it out before it hits 750. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see what Meet Kevin's saying. If Meet Kevin bought a lot today, then I'm feeling pretty good about my play. Because he is with the spooks, and when he buys a lot and gets crazy with it, he never goes bankrupt. Like, I'm confident he will cash out before it, like the day before it crashes. Alright.
There was mind medicine.
Okay.
There we go. Cheers, everyone. It's 5 o'clock somewhere and the market's taking a dump. Nothing like beer to make you feel better. Welcome aboard. Let's take a look. You know what you have to do? You just have to take a swig every time something you like is down. Doge, down about 1337. All right, Trade Desk from Ventura. Don't invest in them, but I like them. 25% down. Okay, what else we got? GameStop, 10% down. Starting to fall from moving too much. That's not as good. All right, what else we got? Oh my gosh, there are too many things here. Marathon and Riot. Wait, where's Riot? I see Marathon's down 11%, but they're always together. There it is. Riot's down 10%, Marathon's down 11.5. All right. Invitae's down 9.9. Oh, there's the XBI. Oh, Archimoto. This is a problem, folks. We're just on page 1. Oh, man. It is bloody out there, folks. Woo! Yep. I did a video explaining why the market is down the way it is. Now this is the coping video where we take out the the crossbow here. I got the crossbow. I got the poor man's helmet. You know, how's that? Poor man's helmet crossbow. Not losing our minds at all in the market. Don't worry. Everything is fine. It's just a scratch. Doge down at 45 cents now, falling more than just bleeding. Trade Desk gets destroyed to under 500. We're down basically 50% from its highs at Trade Desk. Oh, man. Yeah, can we get an F in chat? Okay. All right, let's keep going, okay? We'll take a sip. Every time something we like is down. All right, let's go to the second page. Lemonade's down 8.7%. There's so many of them, though. This is impossible. Square, Neo, DraftKings, all down 6.6 to 7%. We'll be done with this before we know it. Oh, Tesla's down 6.4%. There was Mind Medicine, Hut 8, Snowflake, Palantir, ARK, Bitcoin, F. What else we got? Zillow, ARK F, F.
Damn. This might be the real deal collapse if he's drinking. He ain't never drinking. He's always buying when this happens, people. He's always buying when this happens. Riot just fell below $30. Holy fuck. I don't know what to think right now, people. I don't know what to think right now. This is awesome.
What else? Roblox, basically down at its IPO price. Even Buster's down now. The very good food company's down. Paradigm's down.
This is like the first video I've ever watched of Meet Kevin's where I actually think he's like coming off as a real dude.
MP Materials down. Voyager's down. Voyager was up earlier. Canopy Growth is down. U-Times, I think that's all down 4 to 4.5%.
I can relate.
We're almost through the red, I think. Facebook, Enphase is down. PayPal, AMD, Beyond Meat, all these guys down 3 to 3.5%. Nvidia's down 3%. Churchill Capital's down 2.6%. Amazon's down 2.5%. Redfin's down 2.19%. Microvision's down 2%. We're almost done. Actually, I am done with it. I couldn't even get through the list. That's bad. It's empty. I think there's a couple bubbles down there. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is just disgusting. Pinterest down 2% too. DocuSign's down 2.69%. Alphabet is down 2%.
This is wild. The NASDAQ just got crushed.
Trimble's down. Shift is down. Tattoo is down. And you know what the worst part is? I'm out of freaking money. OMG. It's pretty bad. Although Coinbase is up. Look at that. Coinbase is up 12%. That's pretty cool. And Wayfair's up just out of nowhere. Wayfair, Coinbase, Peloton, these guys are up. AMC's got 3% on it. Etsy's got 1.4%. Volatility is down from the 14% peak we had 30 minutes ago or something like that. Maybe 50 minutes ago. We were up at 14% of an increase in the volatility index. It's nuts. It's just nuts. It's ugly. It's bad. It's not good. Add money to buy the dip. Let's see what Ethereum's doing. Ethereum's off its highs. Ethereum was obviously doing phenomenally. It hit a high of 42.1795.
All right, out of money to buy the dip is his message to the people. I like it. Out of money to buy the dip is his message, so our QQQs should be paying. Assuming he's right, because he's been right most of the times. Well, every time it's dipped, right? Tesla roared back to 700 every time it fell to 6. So let's see what happens. Not money advice. Thinks something's popping this week. GME or AMC. If one of them pops, I feel like both of them will. I got my fingers crossed. And if one of them pops, the market's going to crash even harder. Or should I say if both of them pop, then the market's going to crash even harder. I'm gonna buy one little position in GME, but I can only afford one at 250. I would do like 200, but I can't afford. Oh, I can't even do 250. I got one GME at 280. For this Friday. I feel like it could drop to like 135, 130 tomorrow. But if we do, I feel like we bounce. Last time we bounced was around 146, people, or 144. Last time we bounced was DFB double down. We bounced up a little bit, just not very much. We went up to 188. The last DFB double down. This is where I went broke right here. Oh no, so the DFB double down was actually this week right here. It was like right, so this is where I bet we went up. Then we came down, then we went up, then he doubled down, then we went down, then it came back up, but then got crushed down again. And this is where we're at. So like in the month calendar, this is looking like a great spot to launch. If we go to the 3-month chart, if we go to the 3-month chart, it looks like we could either, there was a bounce that we saw at 131, and then there was a bounce that we saw at 115. But none of this includes the DFB double down. So whatever the DFB double down, it had to increase it some amount, but I don't know from here to here, I don't know how much the DFB double down has an impact. So the bounce could be 143, or it could come down to like 135 or some shit. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? ExxonMobil was supposedly $390 million was purchased in ExxonMobil by the Iraqis. Supposedly that was requested by the government or something. I don't know anything about it other than that. I don't really care. I'm just gonna focus on what I'm doing and nothing about what anyone else is doing. Were you guys able to hear me with the music in the background or no? Do I need to repeat some of that? I didn't realize some of that music was Is that understandable, or do I need to repeat some of that? Alright guys, basically what I said was I bought a strike on the 280 for GME because it's all I could afford. I would have bought a $200 strike had I could afford less, maybe even 175. But basically, if you guys look at the chart, let's start with the 1-month chart. So on the 1-month chart, if we look at this, the last bounce that we had was at 144, and then the bounce before that was at 132, and right now we're at 143. And so after this 132, DFV doubled down right here at the 150 mark. Then it skyrocketed up a little bit to 175, got crushed back down to 144, and then skyrocketed back up to 188, and then got crushed all the way back down to 143. So I'm thinking that somewhere between the last 132 mark to now, the DFD double down has had some impact on the price, a positive impact. So I think that's why this 144 was the bottom price right here after he bought in, and then it went up 20% or so. And I feel like somewhere between 143 and 132 is our possible bottom, and we're about to bounce off somewhere in that range. If we look at the 3-month chart, we'll see that it's at 142 right now, 143 right now, and that it's hit as low as 133 on April 14th, as low as 115 back in March, and then as low as 84 back in the beginning of March. So the end of March 115, the beginning of March 84, and basically the low that we keep finding keeps being a little bit higher, except for this time. This time it looks like they're able to go a little bit lower than they did the last bounce. And so that's why I bought the option contract, just in case the bounce is now. But I could also see if the bounce, like if it drops another $5 and then bounces the next day or week, whatever. I could see that kind of, like, because if it's not at the bounce right now, that means they could trade sideways tomorrow and then crush it the next $5 the next day. Like, you can hear me now though, blank, right? The music's not a problem anymore, right? You guys are saying, I got the music on fucking, like I got it on 12 right now. You guys can't hear me over the music? Are you fucking kidding me? How are you just telling me now? Oh my god, you guys suck for waiting so long to fucking tell me. You don't even deserve the information. Holy shit. Ugh, I turned it all the way down and just rehashed everything and you didn't fucking hear it again. Fucking hate you people. My Skype number will expire. Fuck, I'm paying for Skype? I didn't know that. Alright, mother effers. I'm going to go over it one more time. One more time. Alright, so if we look at GME, the 1 month chart looks very comfortable. The last bounce we had, where we bounced up like 15-20% in a couple days, was $144. The time before that, it hit as low as 132. So this low right here at 132 at 413, and then it went up to 175. 132 to 175, that's like a 25% bounce or some shit, right? 132 to 175 is what? 25-30% bounce. This one was like a 15-20% bounce. Now we're at 143, which is lower than the last time we bounced. And this bounce, after this bounce, or no, DFV doubled down right here at 151. DFV saw the price go from 131 up to 175 and then get crushed down to 151. He doubled down and did all the exercising right here. And then it skyrocketed to 175. They crushed it all the way back down to 144. Skyrocketed back to 190. And then back down now to 143. And so I'm saying it could bounce right now. Or maybe this was slightly fluky and it had something to do with the DFV. And maybe this is the real trampoline right here at 132. But because of the DFV double down, maybe it's actually between 132 and 143. And basically, if you go back to the 3 month chart, what you're going to see is that we had a low right here of 144, a low right here of 132, a low right here of 115, a low right here of 85, and then a low right here of 38. And basically, every time something like this is where the first DFV double down happened. And then this is when Conan O'Brien bought in and other people. And then it didn't drop below 88. And then it didn't drop below 115. And then it didn't drop below 133. And then 140. And now it looks like I said before I thought 150 was the low. It's obvious 140 is the low. So if you're going to play my plan on this, you should be doing like 140, 160, 180. Or do 145, 165, 185, or 145, 170, 200. Or 195 or 190, you know what I mean? Ashley, buying 10 more shares for $1,000. $1,000 make you holla. $1,000 make you holla. I will be the CEO, reigning champ of AMC soon enough. I will be boxing all the motherfuckers that talking shit while I reigning champion. And basically, I think it all comes when I dominate with the filibuster thing. I think when I do a 30-hour live stream straight, no stoppage, and I just keep going and going and going, I think it will attract enough of the right people when it's all about saving America. I think I'll get at least 100,000 subscribers. And I think that's when money's no longer an issue and I can at least do what I need to get done all the time. And now all it's about is winning the game. Making sure the society knows they are defeated and that God is here. And that it is time for 1,000 years of peace and no more governments in charge. No more governments telling us how to live. Judge Judy's Gavel 3 says, did you get your Twitter figured out? I did not. I did not get it figured out. They have not messaged me back. And it's linked to an email that no longer exists. So I don't know what to do about that one. But if I try to start a new account with the same credentials, it's telling me I already got an account. So I don't know what to do with that. Alright guys, the market is closed. I just kind of wanted to see what was happening.
Oh my goodness. You know what else hit another high? It's a 10-year treasury. Look at that. 10-year treasury just all of a sudden spiked during the day. You had a nice little spike up to 1.60. Woo! Man, folks, this is tough because we are now at, we're at 2.5 months into this. Actually, 2 months and 3 weeks into this. We're about to be a full 3 months in. People got taxes due next week, which sucks because, you know, that's money people could be using to buy stocks, except now the government's taking it. Now, in fairness, we do owe our bills. you should pay your bills. But aside from that, it's you've got some massive inflationary fears out there, and how this is all going to unwind, nobody knows. I still have this insane belief, and I know how crazy it sounds here. The last time I took out the beer, it was like a bottom. I don't know if this is bottom or if it's just going to keep getting worse throughout this week once we get CPI data, we get Chinese inflation. Who knows? The point is, it's going to be weird if it ends up being true that inflation unwinds, the supply shortages go away, people go back to work, the economy starts going like normal again, and literally all of the uncertainties and fears that we have now evaporate by September, October. And if that's true, the market could skyrocket. But right now, it feels so far away. And it's so weird to think about that because right now what we're feeling is so much how things felt in March of 2020. When in March of 2020, we had, hold on a second. Okay, oopsies. Right? So whenever the day comes, you go buy. But yeah, otherwise, you know, I'm not willing to dive into margin. Certainly not on options because I mean you're not getting collateral. Well, most of the time you're not going to fulfill any kind of margin maintenance requirements, which is a problem if you want margin for options. So you know, if I were buying and I were close to margin or I was using margin, well, I'd be very careful first. But I would just be buying shares. Get your quantity of shares up. These are the times where everything's on fire, where you want to go shopping a little bit, or YOLO everything into some altcoins. Just also possible. Just be very careful with that. But anyway, let's take a peek here. See what CNBC's talking about. Try to figure out what's going on in this world.
This is right now. So it's a fascinating little battle.
Yeah, David Costa and Goldman also sounding the alarm on some of these big cap names facing regulation, higher rates, taxes. EV stocks are also under pressure today following disappointing results from electric truck maker Workhorse. Phil about with more. Phil.
Sarah, a brutal day for the EV stocks, and you mentioned Workhorse reporting results before the bell this morning, swinging to a loss, but it's the revenue that the company reported far below what the analysts do today. The company announcing that it will be unveiling the electric version.
And over at Bloomberg, S&P and Dow hit new record high.
The challenge is it's short term. If you have these, but you're not exposed to duration.
I mean, interesting comment there about cash and duration. So if you're fitting
dominating the headlines, but they're strong balance sheet company lines, but there's
okay. Oh, that was great. Looks like Big Digital. Oh my gosh, Big Digital is gonna go sub $1. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. They ran to $4. They're about to go sub $1. That's crazy. Dogecoin's bleeding out right now. It looks like it's going straight for that 40-cent line. We've got UAVS going down 13.92% here. BTX down 13.9. Oh, it's 70. Forget being under 80. It's going under 70. Woo. Cash. Except Warren Buffett's probably just coddling his cash right now. Oh, man. So then we've got full text. I don't know. Speculation. Who knows? Bitcoin is a little bit more correlated to tech than not, but Bitcoin is very opposite correlated to the Dow. It's just kind of interesting. Dow is up today. Bitcoin's down. Makes sense. This is historically what we've seen as well. Tesla sitting down at $630. OMG. Snowflake down 6.0%. Twitter's down 3.275. Doc, not that big of a deal. A couple bucks over the last few. Bitcoin still bleeding, down 17. So listen in.
It's a Nasdaq that is down the most, 2.5% to be precise. Nasdaq 100 down a little further.
into the close, brought the Dow lower 500, where you did ETF down more than 5%. The Russell affirm Novavax.
And I'll get those. So again, I have We have, let's see here, we next. And they drop like nuts. Or we just beat
230. They are continuing approval. They did revise that capacity down.
News. Everything sells off.
Boring. Alright, my apes, I'm outie. Like the video. Go sign the petition. If you guys haven't signed the petition, you're lame. Mega super motherfucking lame, all of you. I'll see you later.